soon as we step on the mic, man, you know it's the difference. Heavenly blessed with the melanin, baby, you know that we winning. No time for the long talk, got 120 on the clock. Wednesday, 8 through 10, all the bad vibes better stop. Cause you gotta come with that energy. Casual convos, baby, come down and just sit with me. Lil' Coco be spitting that remedy. Casual convos, baby, come down and just sit with me. You better take this shit serious. You dropping knowledge, no hitting is free for the play. Tap in right now if you curious. We got the ham radio going lit every A. We go from people to family to pilots. Stay with me if you got something to say. Know it's important if we go acknowledge. Speak on the business and get out the way. What you gonna say about my mama? She winning, you rockhead.
Hello, welcome to the Casual Convo Show, where we have conversations about topics that affect the community's personal and business relationships. We always have the casual convo, so you don't have to have the tough convo. I'm your host, Coco, and joining me to my left is Baltimore's finest, the best artiste I know, the Jude.
Hey, y'all.
And then right below me, we have, I call him my problem child. He doesn't like it, but he's going to be okay. We have Mr. Quentin Moore, a.k.a. Semantic, the Iconoclast. You want me?
I take offense to the problem child comment because I'm not a problem child. I'm just a difficult customer. That's all that.
Whatever you want to call it. Okay. Then we also have next to the difficult. Would you say difficult customer?
Yeah, difficult.
Yeah.
The difficult customer, we're going to call him from now on, is the king of Asheville, King Paul, Mr. More Than You Can See. Hello.
Good evening, everybody. How's everybody doing? I'm speaking of my near very white voice tonight.
I see you got all sorts of okay. Before we get started, how y'all feeling?
Feeling good.
Feeling good?
It's Wednesday.
Okay. Well, with that being said, I guess let's get into the mental health check-in. We got a lot to cover tonight before I introduce the topics. Hi, Lamont. We're going to get into the mental health check-in. I'll start it off. I know Monday I was annoyed. I'm not as annoyed today, I think, because sometimes you have to have a little bit of clarity. And then sometimes it's also good to take a day or two for your mental health break, which I've done. Seeing some things in a way that I need to see them and make some decisions that I need to make. But what I will say is, and I think I said it before recently, something that I almost lost sight of is don't lose you in being loyal to the wrong people. Always protect your peace. Always do what's right for yourself, no matter what. Your livelihood, your peace of mind does not come at a cost. It's more valuable than anything. And I will say, I had to understand and look in the mirror and say to myself, remember who you are. And I'm that girl. I'm her. So with that being said, my mental health is good today. Who would like to go next?
My mental health fine. Chilling. It's happy hump day, everybody. Yeah, that's it. I don't know. Smile more, frown less. That's the advice I can give. Yeah. Who next?
I mean, I'm good. Like last night, when I was, doing my lifting, something bothered me last night, and I thought about it, and I was like, I made sure that I was in the right space of mind. Whoever this Don Tolliver is, I don't know who Don Tolliver is. He's some artist, some popular artist among the young people. All right, so I pick up somebody, and the guy asked me, "Will I play some Don Tolliver?" I was like, "MF, this is not a radio station. We are not playing Don Tolliver in my car. My job is to carry you to the event and drop you off. not to be your entertainment karaoke machine. If you want Don Tolliver, you put it on your phone and put your phone up to your ear. Huh? What's that?
So to get you no stars.
I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. No, listen. I don't care. I already got paid. I don't care. I got paid. I don't care. Because look, you don't touch a black man's radio in his car. That's first rule of thumb right there. You don't do that. You definitely don't ask for requests because you're a writer at that point. You're going to tolerate what's being played over the air. Okay? So, and I was happy. I was happy after I dissed him. He was like, oh man, I'm not gonna give you a ranking. I said, bro, I already got your money. I don't really care. Period. So I'm good today.
Hey.
I'm tickled.
Listen, I was listening to you. I agree with you for not playing that because I just played two of the list. And I don't know who he was even. I was trying to. Sorry. I agree with you, Q. Don't play it.
Yeah. That's one thing I discovered while riding Ubers and Lyfts. Whether they playing on their radio, I don't pay no attention to them. I'm in there for the ride to get where I gotta go. So that's their music. They do what they want to do. My mental health is another day above ground, so I'm doing good. There's a lot to give thought to, but I'm not going to let it stress me out. So with that being said, Coco, kick it off.
Oh my God, I like that one. We got to do that again from now on. That's how that's going to go. I actually like that. Okay. So for tonight, we got a couple of things to discuss. Some things that's been hot topics of current events. One of them being, what's her name? Dr. Bryant, Dr. Cheyenne. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Yeah, with her and her non-existing credentials. Then we also I wanted to touch on the briefing that y'all VP did, and also y'all president in his lawsuit against the be quiet, Paul, against the IRS. So we have a couple of things to talk about. So the first up, I wanted to get into your thoughts on. Let's do Cheyenne Bryant first. So there's a lot of controversy and debates around what's been going on with her. So it came out that she calls herself a doctor. She trademarked the name Dr. Bryant. And so the debate surrounding Dr. Bryant centers on the legitimacy of her doctoral degree and her professional licensing as a relationship expert and therapist. So several people have scrutinized her credentials, noting that pretty much she's like, I have it. She don't have to prove nothing, but none of this can be found. And usually when you have like a doctor's degree and you're this type of person, your credentials come up when you Google, like when you look for like any type of doctor or whatever, it pops up that they're a doctor. For her, it does not happen. It doesn't exist. And then the college that she went to is no longer like open. So, what are your thoughts on that? Is anybody familiar with her?
No.
She's just on some other crap because, she don't have no credentials. She tried to say, she tried to say that, no, I'm just a relationship expert. But then the woman, I seen another woman said, no, I got receipts on this woman here. She's a fraud. Mm-hmm. So yeah, the woman started revealing the receipts on her, and the woman didn't. She was calling herself a therapist and all that on the little interviews and stuff that she's doing. But then when the woman got to asking about it, she didn't have no credentials at all. She said, well, I never said that. No, you came back out of that. You said it. You said you was a therapist. Now you want to flip the flop. She is up in there committing fraud.
Like a mud. And she was in good though. Because she was like a coach. Like alleged, like life coaching people, saying that she was this couples therapy, like literally giving people advice as if she was a doctor.
She told the doctor. She said the doctor was just a title. But she said the doctor didn't mean that she's a doctor, but the doctor meant she was a doctor. Am I echoing? I ain't on my ear. Okay. But yeah, so now that's what. So I'm just saying she a fraud. She need to go ahead and get what she gonna get. It's too much. I'm telling you, man. All them fraudulent people. You trying to run with the pack and you ain't leaving you behind. But all them fraudulent people need to come to an end. That's all I'm gonna say about that. She, she. I think they need to go ahead and prosecute her for being a fraud, taking all that money and stuff from them people.
Well, they will, because that's what they do to all the fake doctors. Because she ain't the first. Remember we
Yeah.
had the GYN before that young guy was a GYN. I mean, my thing is, people be so eager to not do their research on the providers that they gonna go see. Like, do your research. And it's easy for people to nowadays, start a business or put something out there and say, and everybody want to go to the happiness thing. All you gotta do is go on social media. Everybody want to go to what they see, or just I'm not saying it was right, but people need to start doing their research on these people that they are saying have these degrees and stuff. That type of stuff you can look up and see if a person is a doctor, a licensed therapist, a life coach. You literally have to have legal documentation for that. Yeah. It is 2026. Y'all believe more of AI stuff on the internet than you would do about looking up a person that you will get ready to tell your personal business to. I mean,
first of all,
she got close to a lot of celebrities like that. That's the same lady. Remember a couple of months ago when Jeezy was like on tour and all of that stuff, and I think she was like at a strip club, and everybody was like, "What doctor goes to?" She had on like a lace bodysuit and some other stuff. She was at the strip club, and then she was also at like a concert. And she was like, "Well, I can go to a concert and this, that, and the third. I can dress how I want to dress." Okay, fine and dandy. But how she was trying to represent herself, it was kind of like conflicting. It was like she was just trying to get closer to celebrities. And that's what it did look like.
I mean, the term life coach, I question, because how do you know how to coach someone's life if you've never lived their life? You see what I'm saying?
Right.
Because that's why I look at these people like, I'm a life coach. I'm like, okay, what have you experienced that I haven't experienced? But then they turn the tables on you and want you to tell them what you experienced so they can tell you how to coach through it, and they ain't never experienced
it. That's the way it works.
And I'd be like, I ain't telling you nothing. You supposed to know me. You know what I'm saying? I don't trust these life coaches, man. I mean, they half of them be lying, scamming, like Dr. Umar. That's another. I'm like, man, where's the school you kept talking about building? Where? This dude do more speeches than Martin Luther King. All right, about black empowerment, but I don't see the results of what he's talking about. I don't see a school built. I don't see a brick being laid. I don't see an address being advertised over the internet about this so-called school. And this dude been scamming people for decades. We
Hold
got
on.
this.
I'm sorry. Hold on, Q. Can I address Daytrick real quick? Hey, Fallon Pool. So Daytrick says she does hold a clinical license to practice therapy and has not, what? She does hold a clinical license to practice therapy and has not provided public proof of her doctoral degree. What license do she have? Because she said she wasn't proving anything the same way she said with her degree. And I researched it, not nowhere did she have a license. That's what's being questioned, is the fact that she's not. They're asking, is she not licensed? You have to have finished something before you can even get licensed. You have to be credentialed. So none of her credentials are found. So there's no way she can be licensed without having a doctor's degree or a PhD. Like what's she doing? Not for what she's saying she do. I'm sorry. I haven't seen it. I'm sorry, Q. Go ahead.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. These people calling themselves doctors and all that. I don't see no license. I don't see no practice. I don't see no nothing. You know, hell, I had a question about the dude from UTFO, doctor that played the doctor, the educated doctor.
Mm-hmm.
All right, and he wasn't no doctor. Doctor of what? What was he a doctor of? Rhyming? Come on, man. I'm tired of these people with these titles, right? They think these titles mean something. At the end of the day, these titles don't mean a damn thing. They don't.
I won't say that. If you actually earned it, if you went to school, you put in that damn work, you earned that title. I ain't gonna take that away from nobody. But if you out here and you portraying, that's like walking around and acting like you were in the military and you would never act like you are a vet and you would never served in the military. You feel me? Like that's the same disrespect as pretending to be a doctor. And there are people who actually went to school, did the work, got the license and the degrees, passed the test, everything. That's like you going to court thinking you got a lawyer, you facing the murder case, and you find out that your lawyer printed out their law degree off of Google.
Yeah.
It's a disrespect. It's disrespect to the people who actually put in the work. I do not think a title does not mean anything. I think that a title is earned by the people who put in the work to get them. And a lot of people putting a lot of blood, sweat, and tears to get them and pay a lot of loans off to get that stuff. So if you out here scamming people, you know, that's not cool.
And also the thing, nobody who went through that type of schooling, because it takes a lot to get a PhD or a doctorate degree to get in those type of things. And psychology ain't no joke. So most people who have a doctorate, even if they're not practicing, they're proud. If someone asks, do you have your degree? Yeah, hell yeah, I got my degrees right here. You know, you're gonna put it up proudly. Nobody is going to be like, I don't have to show you anything. No, because they're proud, because they bust their tail through school, studying clinicals, whatever they had to do. Nobody's going to downplay that. Nobody who earned anything, even if you got a high school diploma, people, you proud of that too. You earned that. You know, nobody's going to downplay their accolades.
Even the GED, I call that a good enough degree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
It's yours. You earned it.
I got the GED and the high school diploma. I got the GED where locked up.
Take that down. If that's the case, I want one too. And we need to stop with these honorary. Oh my God. Okay.
Yeah. Well, why is Trick Daddy being honored for saying Nan?
He's Dr. Trick Daddy.
Right. He's got a doctorate for saying Nan. I don't want no Nan. Run around like me. Like me. I'm like, yes, I'm tired. That's what I'm saying. That's what I was saying earlier. That this whole titling thing, man, it's out of control now. It's out of control. He didn't even go to that school. He just walked up. Oh yeah, you contributed to rap, and you know, do your contributions. We're going to give you an honorary degree, and you ain't ain't paid not one dime to that school that you got the degree from. You ain't even paid for the gown. They just gave you the gown that somebody else wore. I mean, come on. I mean,
but yeah. I don't understand that, and I was told that those degrees didn't count like the degrees that people earn. It was, but yeah,
that's like having a key to the city, though. That's like having a key to the city.
You're a near doctor,
right? Near doctor.
You're not a real doctor. You're a near doctor. With an honorary degree, you're a near doctor. That means you don't get no accolades.
Like you get a key to the city, but if you get a key to the city, but if you commit a crime, guess where your ass end up? In jail. Well, I got a key to the city.
Depending on if you the president or not.
No. Key to the city doesn't mean anything. That's just. Oh yeah, I got a key to the city, and I'm about to go rob this bank. And then you get locked up. But I got a key to the city, and I'm supposed to have full range of everything. No, it's just an honorary gift, and I'm sick of it.
To jail. Yeah, I don't care if you got a key to the city. I don't care if you got the key to the bank. If you rob the bank, you should go to jail.
Away you're gonna go.
Ham Radio said Howard gave one to Diddy, then got it back when he got arrested. You notice they keep giving stuff to these people who get convicted or get accused of the most salacious crimes, and then now you gotta take it back, but you was just praising them probably because what they probably gave you a couple dollars and all of that. It's like, but it's also, I feel like it's also a slap in the face to some people who do the hard work, and then you putting these people up here on the same stage in the same gown with the same. No, it's like it's disrespectful, because I know it's hard. I mean, it's hard for anybody. Anytime you, like I said, whether it's a high school or even a kindergarten, I don't care what you earned it, but you just gave somebody something because of your status, and then you don't even represent that. That's my thing. It's not even what people who represent what they're given. Like, let's take Trick Daddy. He does not represent nothing doctorial. Why would you even do that? I mean, no shade to Trina either, but she don't neither. Diddy neither. You're not. It's not making sense.
It goes back to what I've been saying.
Starfucker.
There you go. That part that Paul just
That's
said.
the ring. I'm sorry.
That part that Paul just said.
Let's look it in there right quick.
Because this country loves celebrity. They love celebrity. They put celebrity on pedestals. And I'm like, why are you putting these celebrities on a pedestal? They got problems just like we do.
Every day they do.
Yes. I've never ever seen it. Like, these people are hypnotized by these celebrity types. It's scary. I'm not. Kim Kardashian said I should get butt implants. I guess that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go ahead and get some fat injected in my butt, and and have that big voluptuous butt, and even though it's rotting from the back and it stinks, I'm gonna look good in this bathing suit. What? You look like a quarter note. What are you doing?
What's a quarter?
You look like a quarter note.
You make me so.
On a musical scale, you look like a quarter note. Stop.
We got anything on this? Because I feel like we got to get into some other stuff. Yeah, look, J-Man said, here we go. Yeah, you already know he's just getting started. So we got to topic real quick. Before I do that, can y'all still see me if I do this? Can y'all see me?
Yes.
What you do?
Yeah.
I had to click to another screen because I don't have a printout. It's because I want to go to the next topic. Anybody else got anything else on that?
No.
Oh, no. I got one more thing before I get to the good stuff. So I forgot to put her on a thumbnail. So another thing that I did want to talk about is Georgia showed up and showed out for the voting. So Keisha Lansbottom, she won a Georgia vote for Democratic governor nomination due to the votes. How do y'all feel about that? Because we know lately, it seems like all the Democratic, especially the Black politicians, have been under attack, or it's like everything is it's all of them, and they're trying to get it where so people don't vote for them. They're trying to tarnish their image and all of those things. So just to see that, I'm happy to see is that we are coming out in numbers locally. because that's who they're really targeting is the local politicians. So how do you guys feel about her winning and that whole thing?
I love it. I voted yesterday. You know, and I admit I did straight Democratic ticket because I want to get all these Republicans down here in Georgia out of office, especially here in Atlanta. Um, she got my vote. Number one, she was a mayor of Atlanta at one point, and I thought she did a great job. Um, and I want to see her win, and hopefully, now as far as the other states like the judges and all that, they still voted. A lot of people still voted Republican for the judges. I'm like, that's backwards. You're going backwards when you do that. Get everybody up out of there because they're going to affect how certain laws are being presented, how certain laws are being passed, etc. But with Keisha Lance Bottoms, she's going to be a very good governor. And I guarantee you, I think she's going to win in November. I really think she's going to pull it off in November. But Atlanta, like I keep telling people, Atlanta is purple. It's a mix of red and blue. It's not red or blue. It's a mix of both. The suburbs is all red. The inner city is purple with a lot of blue, and it's half and half because you have a lot of the LBG, XYZ living in the city, in the inner city, in certain sections like Buckhead, who won't vote against their best interest, because that's what they do. But I'm proud that she is representing Georgia, and when it comes to November, yeah, I will be voting for her again, because I want to see her win. Period.
Paul?
I think it's a good thing as well because she's not in she's not in one of those states where they are doing the redrawing the maps and districts and all that good stuff. So she should be safe down there in the ATL to make her be governor of the state. That should be enough to carry her through the governor of the state. Like Q said, I know she done a heck of a job while she was the mayor. So, hey, we gonna have to. I'm telling you, it's gonna be a fight cause them doggone turncoats, boy. Them turncoats is here. You gotta watch them turncoats.
Are y'all talking about voting in y'all states?
Yeah, and Keisha Lance Bottoms winning the Democratic nomination for governor in Atlanta because Atlanta was a hot topic because they had a huge turnout, especially for the Black vote. And I think that was highly significant because I know we always talk about the local vote, like everybody focused on like the presidency and all of those things. But for the local vote to get that many, I thought that was like powerful. And that it's a statement because other states are also following suit.
Yeah, except for what's that? The West something Florida. See, I ain't been. Listen though, right? Listen though. No, I gotta sing y'all because I don't know too much. I just ran across it like a couple hours ago for real. I was on looking at something else, just scrolling. I ain't really been scrolling. I ain't gonna lie, work been kicking my butt. I ain't been up for enough. I've been wanting to come home and just play my game to debrief for real. So I'm kind of off. I'm like kind of learning about some of this stuff because I ain't been really lifing already. Life anyway. Florida though, right? Because Coco, you had mentioned. So I had took a call. You had mentioned something about like why the Black people always in politics always getting attacked, right? It's damn, I say something in this video. Look it up. It's the what's her name? The girl who say she from everywhere. When she goes to the meetings that Paul be in, them city council meetings, she in there and they talk about the Black mayor in Florida, how rude and disrespectful and ignorant she is, or whatever this part of Florida. I cannot remember. That's so mad. And I don't really feel like I'm gonna Google it in a minute. I come back to it. But anyway, that girl got up there, and I meant to send it to y'all earlier, but she was talking about how in that county, they got she going to several meetings in different counties and put the same case, but she talking to a bunch of white people up there, different race people, but this particular is her peers, all black, and they are failing them. They don't have nothing there. She blamed the black elders. She blamed the black mayor for being rude. The governor, everybody. I mean, she was talking to the black community and that black community, and was telling them the black people are failing them in that community. You feel me? And I feel like that's the accountability that we be looking for, like holding ourselves accountable. We just sick of seeing every time we in office, but bringing it back to my point, we here got black leadership and we are fighting against that too. I don't office, but we be doing things that everybody else is doing, but we just don't get away with it the way everybody else do, like the president. You feel me? But I want you to look into that so we can talk about that next time. I meant to bring it up, but when you had asked a question, and I'm mad I'm so unprepared, y'all. For real, I ain't gonna lie, I'm very unprepared. I had a hectic day. I ain't getting to talk about it.
That's the only reason why I got to catch up. So I definitely know how you feel.
Yeah, I'm so off, but I'm tired. I wanted to bring that up because I got videos on my phone and everything. That shorty was going off in there, and it was hilarious. I'm gonna put it in the thing. But that Florida mayor, I don't know. I think they I don't know if they're Republican. I don't even know too much about that part of that county. I don't know if she Republican or Democrat, but whoever it is, she a black woman, and they're gonna get her out of there. They hold her accountable. She cut a whole meeting off because she was in her feelings, adjourned the meeting in the middle of the meeting. Man, shorty got the hook.
We're gonna talk about that on Monday. No, I thought it was good because this is the first time in a long time, and I mentioned it, especially when Keisha Lance Bottoms won, is because usually we see the whole spin of voting is BS, don't do it, it's a conspiracy, and you see so many black people against voting. This time around, it's like we getting out there, we voting, and people are actually excited and want to go to the polls. So I think we're seeing I think it's a positive shift, and we're what we want for our communities, especially on a local level, because usually it's like this when it comes to like presidencies. You don't usually see it this, because I told you I didn't even know how Brandon won because I didn't see nothing. I'm like, it was a vote. It wasn't like, because I hardly saw like campaigns and stuff. But anyway, that's neither here nor there.
Because we was fighting for Sheila, and it was the mayor. Yeah, it was the mayor because we had the female Sheila and Rollins and all them.
And I just couldn't see how he won it though, because
he's the people's mayor. He's Baltimore chosen, born and raised in Baltimore.
I ain't gonna say nothing else. But
he's your people, man. He's your people.
They outing him right now, so you already know what's getting ready to come. They get ready to get him.
I mean, but
I think they set him up because he in too much headlines that's like going global, because people, I like a couple of channels I follow, like law channels, then like different states are covering him being under treatment about and stealing and all kinds of stuff. It's getting bad. It's getting worse, and it's always listen.
Let me tell you something about the government, baby. The government is sick of you. Everything they let you do when you was in there. When you was in that office, they gonna expose it when they ready to get you up out of there. Every single day. When the government's sick of you, they gonna get rid of you. It's just that simple, man. And it could be all the things that you do that you've been doing that they've been okay. Oh, why don't you go ahead and get that car? Charge the car. It's okay. You feel me?
Right.
Get the upgrades or there. Get it out and everything. You ain't in danger in your own city, even though the citizens don't. Some of the citizens don't care. You ain't even in danger here, but you need the most. You need the most expensive
bulletproof vehicle. But no, what's the lady? You know what I'm going to miss though? I don't know. I love the banter because she gets on his nerves. The lady from the news person from Fox 45 News. What is her name? Is it Amy Amber? It's something. And he's like, it's the same thing I told you last time. And it's like they have this love hate. and she be on his neck.
Yeah,
And he be like, look, and she be like, okay, but are you going to answer the question? He might say, I can't think of his name, but I love this.
I'll watch 45. My guy Rick Ritter, it was in Carolina Football, like, and the mayor said he's trying to answer about the spending in the office.
Damn, who
Yeah, I'll
is
be like,
he talking to? The deaf?
You doing too much,
what is it? What is that person doing? Singing the
saying the news.
right,
And
singing the news. What's going on? Huh? People all this performing, man. These people love a performance, don't they?
Yeah.
They love a performance, boy. I swear, man. We there's something wrong with this society.
Yeah, man. As they get up there, they listen, man. They do their best to portray, to tell the lies.
Yeah.
That they want them to tell us, like with a straight face. But sometimes all you gotta do is just look at your favorite news anchor. It's all in their face. The news anchors, they ain't got that straight up, I can just give it to you like this, like the old school anchors, man. They calling the bluff while they reading the story. What? Like reading the story, like yeah, that's a lie. They call the bluff right then and there. I like the news. I'm mad I ain't been able to watch it in like 2 weeks.
Yeah,
sorry.
Yeah, I know our local news anchors. They can't read a teleprompter with a bang. They cannot read it with a bang. I be sitting there sometimes. What the heck is y'all reading? What are you talking about? And then they, oh yeah, we got this blah blah blah. Oh, I meant this right here. And then I'm saying, hold up, what is y'all reporting on? I don't know. I don't too much deal with the local news. They can have it. Now, when they be talking about the city council, when they get to talk about the city council on the local news, I listen to that to see if they got any accuracy. But otherwise, I know they be full of it. I guess because it be early in the morning, I don't know. But shit, sometimes it be late in the afternoon as well. So no, like I say, Q. I go to the BBC News most of the time. I have peeped out to Al Jazeera.
I got addicted to BBC. We put Paul on. You heard me. Paul don't watch nothing but the BBC. I just
Yeah.
when I first heard it. I was like, that's so nasty. But I was like, yeah.
And your president won't sue the BBC.
Oh yeah, they be on his neck.
Yeah, that's your president, boy.
That's your president.
Yeah.
Speaking of y'all president, y'all VP Vance, he held a press briefing on yesterday. So he addressed the media during a White House press briefing on May 19th, where he provided updates on ongoing diplomatic negotiations with Iran. Some highlights from the briefing, and then I'm gonna let you guys go and demolish this. So some of the highlights from the briefing were the red line. Vance stated that the Trump administration has been completely clear with Iran. They can never obtain nuclear weapons. He explained that a nuclear-armed Iran will cause a domino effect of nuclear proliferation across the Gulf and the world. Also, negotiation status. While the U.S. has significantly degraded Iran's conventional military capabilities, Vance noted that the administration is actively negotiating in good faith to resolve the situation. No deal has been confirmed as of yet. Vance stated that both sides have been exchanging draft documents and the Iranians appear to want to make a deal, but he refused to express confidence until a negotiated settlement is signed. What are your thoughts?
He's lying.
He signed it?
He's
Today?
lying. He's lying.
Oh, I thought you say he signed it. Okay.
No, he's lying.
Oh, absolutely. We know that. Jude, stop laughing. I'm trying.
You took that shit right out my mouth.
I am sick and tired of this administration, right? Because what they did was undo what Obama did, just to take credit for what they are trying to take credit for. Obama already had an agreement in place for them to only have 3% uranium enrichment or something to that effect. And then Trump, I want to tear it up because, it's no good. They shouldn't have any. So I'm just going to, I want to take the credit because I want to be the one, the man. I want to be the person that has everything. No. Do you know that Iran wants to negotiate with Obama instead of Trump? And it really pissed Trump off. You didn't know that. A lot of people didn't know that.
Yeah, we do. I
do. I know you know, Paul. It's been leaked that Iran has been wanting to talk to Obama because they don't trust Trump. They know he lies. They know he's a scam artist, and they prefer to trust Obama to try to get this straightened out. And I hope Obama says no, because one, he's not the president anymore. And if he goes over there to negotiate, Trump is going to take credit for it. No, I would be like, no, I'm not doing nothing. I did my part. I'm resting on my laurels. This is on that guy, that orange haired, that baboon. This is on him. He did this. So he got to straighten this out.
Can I say one thing? Can I say one thing? I really want him, and it's not what you said, because one thing I do know is let Obama be. I swear they don't mess with no other ex-president like they mess with this one. It's just like, golly, y'all can't let the black man just retire and do what the hell he would just get old.
Because they can't do what he did. And that's the hope. Why are you calling him for help? But then y'all want his help, but you demean his character and everything that he did at the same time. That's what's so fucking insulting. Is the simple fact of y'all want to call on him and y'all want him to speak at y'all little rallies and stuff to get your numbers up or to try to do some stuff. That's why they be like, don't go. You see, Michelle been sitting it out. But she don't rock with him. But they always want to bring his name up and say something negative, but then you turn around in situations like this, because I believe most of the allies and different people, when it comes to negotiation, they're probably asking for Obama.
It's not even that. In reality, as much as people want to sit up here and throw out there, because every time you say something about Trump, everybody always want to throw, well, Obama did this, Obama did that. Let me just make this very clear. The world was a better place when that man was in office. It seemed like there was things going on, but the world got along. Countries got along. People were like, negotiation things were flowing, and there's always going to be issues. The issue is he did it. He was the person that did it when no one else could before. And then, just like the American greed way, it's just like, oh, well, y'all liked him, but y'all don't like nobody else. So, I mean, y'all got along with other people, but it was always this dominance thing. And the world was not like, I've never felt more at peace in life. And people were thriving like we were thriving as a country when that man was in office. And everybody can say whatever they want, whether they liked Obama or not. We were thriving, and right now we are suffering real bad because the greedy want to be greedy.
Well,
and leave that man alone. He is retiring. They're calling his wife a monkey. They saying she a man. They talking about the girl. They can't even let the girls. They are beautiful growing up. They can't let them girls. You ain't messing with nobody else. Oh, besides,
but what be getting me is black people that say Obama ain't never do nothing for us. And I'm like, what was y'all paying attention to? It's no way. And you have more black people than anything saying, and I'm like, what?
Because you got to realize most of the black people thought that Obama was going to be this guy that's going to create vengeance and, get the reparations going and blah, 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 blah. Obama was a people's president, not just a black people's president. And that's what
It couldn't be. It's a whole country.
Right.
That's kind of.
That's what I'm saying.
I think that.
That's exactly what I'm saying. The problem with black folks is, well, he's a black. He should be just for black people. No, he's for everybody. Okay, he works for everybody's benefit, not just for black folks, not just for white folks, not just for Asians, not just for Hispanics, not just for the Middle Eastern. It's for everyone, everyone's benefit. Now, what's going on now is what people are not realizing. What they are subtly slipping in is that if you know anything about medieval history, right? How it started out, where the kings had everything and they had serfs working the land. There was no middle class, right? That's what these technocrats are trying to get back to. They're trying to build it so that they own everything, you own nothing. That's why that whole saying is, you will own nothing and be happy about it. That's where it's coming from. People don't realize this is actually about to start happening, because it's already starting to happen now, right? The middle class is shrinking. It's about to disappear, right? They don't want a middle class. They just want two classes, rich and poor. If you ain't rich, then guess what? You in this bucket. You in the poor bucket. They want workers and they want owners and slaves. That's it. There's no middle buffer. No middle buffer. That's the same thing. This is the reason why America was founded, right? Because the Europeans were persecuted by the kings. They were serfs, so they decided to go ahead and let's move out and create our own thing. And now it's starting to go backwards, starting to revert back to this medieval time where serfs are the working class. They won't own any land. They're gonna be planting crops for the rich people. And I find that highly disturbing. That is highly disturbing. But yeah, it's happening. But people are too blind to see what's going on. They're too blind.
Well, Coco's vice president, J.D. Vance, he is a professional liar. Let's not get away from him right for the moment. I want to go back to him before I forget about him. But he is a professional liar. Since everything they show you about him, he has always contradicted himself. Even when he's on the verge of looking like a woman in some of them interviews and stuff. So I mean, I don't trust Vance. And black people are their own worst enemies sometimes when they get elected to these positions, because see, they try to promise stuff that they're gonna do and they don't do it. You need to be straight up and genuine with people when you say you're gonna do something. Hey, I'm gonna get here and try to see what I can do. You already know that we don't have no majority, so I'm against the wall. But I'm gonna see what I can do. I'm gonna do this. If I say I'm gonna do this, then I'm gonna do that. But don't get in there and make no promises. Don't say I promise anything. Because once you say you promise, then you basically delegating it to yourself, how you want to put it, whatever. You're putting that on you to take care of that. I forgot what the other rest of y'all talked about so doggone much. Y'all know I got a short attention span. SAS. But yeah.
It's all right. I got all the Thomas too.
Probably because I'm medicated as well. I had to get me a good buzz. But yeah. We don't want nobody to say he didn't say anything, do we?
I mean, anybody who trusts J.D. Vance is trusting a used car salesman. They're all the used car salesmen.
Women.
Yeah.
Women.
Yeah.
Women.
They're all used car sales. Look. I don't trust anybody in that administration, right? Cash Patel got a drinking problem.
Alcoholic.
Pete Heck said this dude got an alcohol and a Brill cream problem.
Alcoholic.
Dude puts water on his comb to slick back his hair. I mean, I got a problem with that. I don't trust anybody that does that, especially a white dude that does that.
The president is a thief.
Right.
You know what hit me though, when they do these press conferences and they talk about this war or whatever. So somebody asked, one of the reporters asked, well, you know, when the war first started, you guys said it was only going to be a couple of weeks and it would be over. Then they mentioned like gas prices, and it was like, well, when would it be over? So he says out his mouth, well, the president didn't lie because they had it down to the days, like the weeks and days of how long it's been. Well, I didn't write it down, but anyway, it's been a long time, way over since what they said. So he was like, you got to think most of that time has been predominantly in negotiations. And then somebody was like, yeah, 2 weeks. Y'all said 2 weeks. It's been well over 2 weeks, right? So he make up all these things, and it's going to come to an end really, really soon. I'm like, how many times do y'all get up here every day on these press briefings, and y'all always say it's going to come to a close? Every time you go over there, what part of these people are not folding or bending aren't y'all understanding? And every time they go over there and they put it out there that they get ready to end the war, Iran or their allies come out and say they ready, they sitting on go. Like, stop lying to people. And then when they asked about the financial thing, when he said he didn't care about American citizens and their finances, like, how do you feel about that? Like, you know, Americans are pretty much struggling just to get day-to-day essentials, and that's not even including gas. And he's like, well, we know it's a short-term problem. It's not that he doesn't care. He said the media took it out of context. That's not true. He said what he said. It was taken how it was projected. You can't tell nobody how they receive something.
I did see the clips for that. I see the clips of him trying to clean up, because they was like, when he was talking about I don't think about the American people anyway.
It's like saying if you're in a relationship, right? Or I'm just using her for her body, or using her for sexual gratification.
Yep.
There's no love there. They basically said the quiet part out loud. Okay, when they tell you who they are, please believe them.
First of all, who said it was quiet? We all knew who the man. We all know who the man is.
Right.
We ain't pretending that's just his people think it was quiet. It wasn't. It was not a shocker. He has been doing things and saying things that ain't been shocking nobody, but I don't know who it's been shocking. It ain't been shocking none of us. We know who he is. We know what that man is about. We know what he is capable of.
But you still got that. You still got a pocket of people that are still
the people that voted for him. Yeah, so
right.
Hey, that's a them. That's an all-out problem at this point. But that's mainly a them problem, because you know they need to come to terms with the fact that he sucks as a president, and that he's doing things that he's not. You know, because denial is a real thing. You know, acceptance is the first step.
Yep. But denial is two things. It's a river.
That's right. Listen. You and me.
I'll tell you what now. Now I can go back and agree with y'all as far as having black races, because all the Donald Trump supporters are racist. All of them that support him are racist. And everything that he's doing in the movie, everything about black people, from everything wanting to be the top dog, all that, it ain't only Biden, and Obama. It's both of them. It ain't either. It's both. But yeah, this son of a gun,
he's incompetent, even though he passed his competence test.
These people are terrified of this poor excuse of a human being. And it's just sad. It's sickening.
Yeah,
But
but
anyway, that's what I
you gotta
said.
remember it's the
That's what I
black
said about
boule.
the black racists. That's how you know you got black racists. Because
Mm-hmm.
all of Donald Trump supporters are racist. So now, all these black people still stand over there cheering us on, thinking they got something made. I don't see them out here all about flossing and glossing and all that stuff too much about. And I ain't paying too much attention to celebrities because they got their own issues and problems just as well. Like you said, they regular people just as well. So unless it's some kind of news, you robbing somebody or doing something like that, then I'm not gonna really pay too much attention to what you're doing or what you got. Oh, about the woman did get caught with some cocaine in her stuff or whatever, Cartesian. I mean, yeah, stuff like that. But otherwise, our people that'll wake up and smell the coffee. But you know what? There's always gonna be that house person,
The black boule.
and
Yeah,
that's what Trump supporters are. That house person. While the rest of us are the field people. So you better wake up.
black
You
black
can't change
boule.
them people.
It's
Yeah,
the
you
black
can't change
boule.
them.
It's
I
that black
told y'all
boule.
before, I ain't on the field. I'm in the Underground Railroad. We up
Now
out of
you out
there.
there on the field. You ain't in the Underground
I ain't
Railroad
in no
yet.
So
field.
she found out Harriet Tubman was a Pisces. That's the only reason why she
I thought a lot of things
Yeah.
about old Harriet there. You feel me? I ain't even brag on her today. I ain't even brag on her today because she kind of was doing some things I ain't.
I see.
But my point is, I'm too hard headed. I wouldn't survive long because I'm not out there. It's bugs and stuff out there. My fingers gonna be rough. No, I'm not. I ain't got time for all that. No, that
Fingers
stuff they try to
blistered.
get up. Listen, they try and make us lay down and get down with the get down.
Yeah.
No, did y'all watch The Handmaid's Tale? They got part 2.
It's a part 2?
Yes,
No.
with the younger girls. It's like the they like in a school, like a yes, girl. They like teenage, not even like teenage, like young ladies, I guess. I ain't even start watching it because I can't. I'm sick of it. I already know what they try because I'm just starting to see the things that I've seen on TV is starting to be like too much reality. It's starting to happen years later, you know. They put the show The Circle on right before COVID happened, and then now social media influencer thing. That's the whole purpose of the show, and now that's the whole purpose of life.
Yeah.
Show about it for
It's
real, like no bull crap. It's a game called Infections that you can sit around and play around with, putting different diseases out in the world. And every so often we coming up with different diseases and stuff. You know, they got games for us to play, and we just think this all is just a conspiracy. No, it's not. It's planned out and thought we are all part of their game. It's crazy. Donald Trump should not still be in office. He said what he said on TV. I don't know how y'all news people, I know you don't watch the local, but look at Baltimore local. Channel 13, 45, 2. Let me tell you something.
what you say? What is it?
45, 2.
WBAL? That's what.
Let me say, watch them. I'm telling you. It be all in their face. It's like they be reading it and be like, come on.
And they get disgusted.
Right, especially Rick Ritter. Rick Ritter, my guy. Right. Rick really, he be like
when this gonna be a subject that they know that they don't like, but they gotta report on and act like they with it, because they'll be like, so, and then they take a real deep breath, and then you can see when they finish, they be like this shit.
Like Rick be like, next on the news.
Donald Trump is in there to create chaos. He's got to fulfill, because that's the only reason he's in there. Because anybody with common sense know this man ain't got no business being no president or nothing. Anybody with common sense, anybody with even a touch of common sense, know that this man doesn't have no business being nobody's president of anything. Not even president of McDonald's. No, this man does not have the capacity to run any of that stuff. He's been what you call a puppet, and he's been used by the puppet masters to take out what he's supposed to do. Because any other way, man, this man would have been gone. I don't want to go, but yeah, I'm saying, man, this man, he's just doing the thing with the IRS and all that stuff. I'm just saying, yeah, this man, anybody else would have been gone. I'm not
Well,
going
Yeah,
over. I'm
who's
just
he
saying.
suing?
well, hold on, because since y'all want to talk about y'all president, and Paul did bring up a topic. Well, as we all know, lately y'all president filed a lawsuit against the IRS. So I do
Her
have
person,
slight details of the lawsuit. So
her person,
Trump's lawsuit against the IRS, y'all President Donald Trump and his
her
family
person.
dropped their $10 billion lawsuit against the Internal Revenue Service following an agreement with the U.S. Department of Justice. In exchange, the federal government created a $1.776 billion taxpayer funded anti-weaponization fund and granted Trump and his family permanent protection from past IRS tax audits. The core settlement terms. He got audit immunity. A one-page addendum signed by acting Attorney General Todd Blanche states that the U.S. government is forever barred and precluded from examining or prosecuting past tax returns for your President Trump and his family and his businesses. The Anti-Weaponization Fund. Taxpayer money will establish a $1.776 billion fund to compensate people who claim they face political, personal, or ideological
Ideological.
ideological. Shut up, Q. Let me go. You know I can't say nothing. From the government.
Love you, Coco.
I know, but thank you for getting me together though. You ain't gonna have, at least I know you ain't gonna have me out here looking crazy. All right. Then it says no personal payout.
It's okay,
Your
fine.
president and his sons and the Trump
Person.
organizations will receive a formal apology, but no direct monetary damages from the settlement. So drop claims. In addition to dropping the IRS lawsuit, your President Trump agreed to drop administrative damages claims concerning the 2022 FBI search of Mar-a-Lago, and the 2016 Russia campaign investigation. Now, I want y'all to discuss all of that, but I also want y'all to answer this one question too, because a lot of what he sounds like, they always don't want to. It sounds almost like he's trying to give reparations.
Look, this guy already got reparations, okay?
Stop laughing.
This guy has been robbing this country blind for the past really 6 years, because he was robbing it blind his first term. People didn't catch on until now. So no, I don't know if this reparation. This is just straight robbery, larceny. But America won't wake up from this nightmare until it's too late, and it's already getting to that point where it's too late. We're about to become a third world country if we're not there already. Because look at the inflation, look at the job situation. Debt has exploded among the citizens. People can't get work. So if they can't get work, they can't pay bills. If they can't pay their bills, they go into default. And if they go into default, they're going to be out on the street. When you get enough people out on the street, you're going to see a revolt. Trust me. You're going to see people revolting. It happened during the French Revolution, when Marie Antoinette said, "Let them eat cake."
Was it
And
chocolate?
Yeah. And I said, I'll take mine in chocolate anyway, but if it gets to that point where people just get sick and tired, they're going to revolt. and they are well within their rights to revolt.
Yep.
I'm an advocate for it because this system needs to change. Okay, I don't care if any corporations want to hire me, fire me, whatever, for what I'm saying, because they know I'm telling the truth. Okay, and everybody's like, you shouldn't say that. You shouldn't be saying that because you never know who's watching. Yeah, I know who's watching. I don't care. Because people are afraid to hear the truth. They don't want a repeat of the French Revolution. They don't. That's why everybody's asleep. That's why they're asleep. They just want to. Well, it'll get better. No, it doesn't get better. It's going to get worse until you get sick and tired of it getting worse and you do something about it. And people think that revolution means violent takeover. No, it does not. Revolution means change. That's what it means. It doesn't mean it may have to take a violent takeover. You may have a peaceful takeover. Okay? But you have to change the people's mindset first. That's the hardest part about a revolution. Is changing the people's mindset. Because they're so used to status quo that, I'm going to go along to get along. It'll get better. This is why people say I'm rebellious, right? Like at jobs I work, they're like, you always speak out. I was like, yeah, I'm always speak out because I don't believe in what I'm working for. Because I see what I'm working for and it's not benefiting me. It's not benefiting you. But you just sitting back just letting them throw sand in your face. I'm not going to let anybody kick dirt in my face. I'm sorry. I wasn't raised like that. My Aquarian nature is to be rebellious. And I'm that type of dude that, yeah, you want to go to war? Let's go to war. I'm all about war. I love war. Let's go. But we're going to be organized when we do it. We're not going to be haphazard. We're not going to just be chaotic when we do it. No, we're going to be organized. We're going to be structured the way we move. The problem is people don't know how to, they work so much, they aren't structured because they're too busy being on that damn hamster wheel every day. You're on that hamster wheel every day. Nothing change and expecting things to change. Things won't change until you get off that hamster wheel. You understand what I'm saying?
The dog barking.
Yeah, my dog is barking because he's right.
I know that's right.
He said, "Roof, roof." I agree. Woo, woo. But yeah, I hear exactly what you're saying, Q. Back to your man Teflon Donnie.
Q ate that, by the way.
Back to your man Teflon Donnie, Coco. He got immunity from being audited or searched on from the IRS. Also included his sons, right? His oldest sons. I think some other family members, whatever around there. Just his immediate family, right? That's who that covers, right? So all the rest of these people out here that's getting their pockets fattened up with all this up and down on the stock market and all this stuff, they will be open to prosecution. So they not thinking about well, he's protecting his butt and his family's butt. But I got a feeling the thing's gonna be jumping around where that's gonna get changed because them doggone senators that he went against and had them ousted in they re-election bids, they gonna vote against anything or vote for anything that the Democrats put up against him probably to get some get back. So he gotta be aware of that. But like I'm saying, the rest of the people all around him that getting their pockets fat, they gonna feel the pain of the people when the people get back in control. Him and his family gonna feel the pain eventually. They might not feel it all at once, immediately, but they gonna feel the pain of the people because he think he wants to be a king. He can, you know what happened to kings, don't you? They get deposed like dictators. They get deposed. And he keeps lying to people about Iran making deals, wanting to make deals with him. The Iran people don't want to make no deal with you. They know you're a snake. They don't want to make no deals with you. You need to stop lying to your people. Talking about the Iranian people ain't got no more missiles and all that stuff. They still loaded. They locked and loaded still. They still locked and loaded. Ready for you to go ahead and start back with your crap. And then they threaten to even strike you outside of the regular borders. So that's saying, hey, watch your butt at home. Watch your butt at home. I just feel bad that we got so many people that still latch on to this. Oh dang!
Donald Trump is a joke.
This bacteria. Just latch on to this bacteria that's eating the country up. Cause that's what he's doing. It's just the bacteria that's slowly eating up the country, and it's mad crazy because the people that's cheering him on, if they ain't up there in the 1% with him, they not getting nothing out of it. They not getting nothing. They happy seeing that the people that they feel are beneath them are getting what they consider worse. But no, y'all getting the same thing we getting. Y'all getting the exact same thing we getting. Y'all ain't getting nothing no less. Y'all still paying for the high price of food, the high price of gas. And Donald Trump and his family and them is still building cash like ain't no tomorrow. Now, the doggone slush fund, that's what it really is, a slush fund to pay the people that ride to at the Capitol and all your other supporters, wherever they may be, give them money too. So all they gotta do is file a claim. So they was persecuted. That's all that is for them. He told me, well, we gonna bid it and all that. No, you ain't. You gonna give it to them people that y'all had down at the Capitol, rioting and tearing crap up. That's what you gonna give it to. Ain't no need to playing no games with people. You gonna give it to people in Congress, your little senator buddies, your little business buddies that back you and all this stuff. So I mean, it's a fixing it for them. For them.
You know, that came up during a press conference too. A reporter did ask about the January 6th people. Not only were they what's the word when they let them out? Pardon. But they were also talking about the law, like I think it's like a lawsuit of money for them as well. So they tried to say, oh well, no, we're not saying. He's talking about only something about those who were affected, who were not involved or something or didn't attack. It was some BS he said, but he's talking about it's going to be a case by case basis. Sir, you're blatantly lying. That is not what they said in that whole deposition or whatever that they put out. You got up on that good stage and you lied worse than that man you next to.
They professionals.
Well, I know the news here. I have to remember that 2 police officers were injured in that attack on January 6th. That is included in that lawsuit. But Donald Trump is stealing, as you.
They denied that at first. They had to refile.
Oh, I mean, yeah, but there's a will, there's a way. There's a Donald Trump way of doing things, and the way he do it is what he want, he will take. He is stealing. I mean, he steals everything. Listen, can we run back through the stealer history? He stole the oil. He stole the president. He stole a whole wing of. Hold up, I am missing the budget cuts, the unnecessary spending. He stole the American people money.
He's a modern day kidnapper.
He stole our money first. The American working people money. He stole American people money. He stole the president of was it Venezuela? Yeah. And his wife. And he stole
money. He don't care.
Right, you don't hear anything about that. Right, I don't know if they went to jail. I think they went to jail, and then I'm like, where are they buried under the prison?
I mean,
They done disappeared.
Right. Well, no. Where's up with it? We ain't heard nothing about it, you know that. But this is just his latest steal of history, you know. Has any other president ever sued the government?
Sued himself because he said he's the government.
He said they been performing. Yeah, because Jay been commenting talking about he the president, he can't sue. I said, well, really, you see they made an accommodation. Done it.
First of all, y'all forgetting he is the president of first. So this is the first time in history that we will ever see anything like this, you know? If you ain't first, you last, you know? So I mean, he gotta be the first one to do something. This is all going down. It is insane, you know, that January 6th stuff is even still being considered or on just anything for real. Donald Trump is I don't know, why can't we do anything? Why is he still the president of the United States? Like, why are laws for real if he can break all of them?
Because I tell you why. People are afraid of the military, right?
Because you said people are asleep or something. You said something, right? The people that will say something, the outspoken people either disappear, their lives get ruined, or they get unalived. It's not that people are afraid to speak up. It's just that when you are bold enough to, your life is ruined if you are in the right position. So a lot of people are not willing to, you know, but there are a lot of whistleblowers out here. It's just that the corruption is so deep. To be honest, Donald Trump is just a pawn. When everybody realizes he's just a pawn in the bigger scheme of it all. You know, I saw something when they were saying, you know, I don't even know if it was me and Coco was talking about. We talked about it on the last show or something. I don't even know, but I just saw recently where they were saying how, in the ex prince, how he up for trial and all that. He just regular Mojo Jojo at this point. You feel me? And Donald Trump over them Epstein files. And they said that they can't even release ours because it would collapse our government.
Good, collapse government.
But listen, but just think about it. If getting rid of a whole title, you feel me? You lose everything because of your involvement for one. And our government, like, shoot, we can't because it's gonna collapse. Basically,
I don't give a gram of damn.
Just to think of the scope of the deep. Donald Trump is just in this big thing, this nasty ring of nastiness of y'all going to hell.
No,
and I used to think I wanted to go there. I don't know if I want to go there to have
fun. They're not even going to hell. Okay. I don't give a damn if this
they need to go that place in between in limbo. That's purgatory.
That's purgatory. That's purgatory. But I don't give a gram of damn. Okay, and I emphasize gram of damn if this government collapse. Okay, because this government has mistreated black people for the longest, especially black people for the longest. Okay. They don't want. They gave the Japanese reparations for the internment camps. They gave the Jews reparations for what happened in World War II. Where's our reparations? Oh, well, you got to prove that that your family was a slave and you know you had slavery in your family. You got to prove all that. Okay, that's kind of hard to prove because it's so far gone in generation. But you can give Japanese people who ancestors were in internment camps, and the Jews that had their Holocaust. Where's our money for the Holocaust? And when you brought us over here, where's our money? Okay, I'm tired of, they don't want to give. I realize they don't want to give people of color any reparations. I came to that conclusion a long time ago.
Because we'll take the fuck. I mean, excuse me, but we'll take over.
Bingo.
We'll take over.
Bingo.
Because they know how powerful we are. If we were to come up and they know how powerful we are, first of all, we're too resilient and too strong.
Yeah.
So then if you do that and give reparations to, man, please. What?
Look. They were talking about, we were supposed to get 40 acres and a mule when we were quote unquote freed, right? We were supposed to get 40 acres and a mule for us to farm our own land, to have our own manifest destiny. And that promise was denied. Okay, they lied to us about that. So if they lied to you about that, what else are they lying about? What else are they going about? What else? How deep is the lie going to go?
Everything. They lying about everything. Everything.
Bingo.
Everything.
Bingo. And now the truth is starting to surface to the top now. Little by little, it's surfacing. People don't realize this. It's starting to surface. Because now white citizens are starting to figure, wait a minute, this is affecting us. Why aren't the black people mad? We used to it. We used to getting screwed over. You know what I'm saying? We used to getting screwed over. Now the white people, oh my God, they screwed us over. Oh my God. I can't believe he lied to us. Oh my God. No. This government lies to everybody. Not just black folks, not just Hispanics. It also lies to the white people. But the white people live in this denial. Okay? They live on that river. Denial. That's where they get this entitlement from. Oh, it ain't happening to me. Just like with police brutality. Oh my God, they're beating up niggas like hotcakes over here. What's going on? You know what I'm saying? It's now they start to realize what we've been going through. They're starting to see it for themselves, that it's affecting them. Now they want to get mad about
it. And it's going to get worse.
Yes.
It's not going to get no better. It's definitely going to get worse. They don't care because they don't have to deal with certain things because it's not really affecting them. So those who are really not seeing anything, and that's, those who are like extremely wealthy or whatever. But for everybody else, they definitely feeling it. They definitely frustrated. But some people in their pride and they don't want to feel stupid. They're still going along with the whole narrative. But deep down, they know that it's wrong.
Yeah, it's just like I tell people, like when you become a homeowner, right? And everybody's like, "Well, Q, how come you don't own a home?" I said, number one, when you buy a house, right, you're gonna be paying on it for 30 to 40 years, basically working either the same job or working a multitude of jobs, right, to try to pay off the house. And once you pay off the house, right, you still don't own it. It's in your name, but you still don't own it. You want to know why you don't own it? Because you got that thing called taxes, right? Now, if I paid 30 years of taxes on a house, right, and I'm supposed to be free and clear. Here goes that quote, free and clear. I shouldn't owe any taxes on it because I'm what? Free and clear, right? Because I paid off the loan, the mortgage, the principal, and all of that, right? And the taxes included on the house, right? So I shouldn't be continuously taxed. But the caveat is you don't own the land that the house sits on. That's where they get you. That's where they get you. That's what people don't get. You would never own the land because the government owns the land. That's eminent domain. You see what I'm saying? And I was like, Okay, so if I pay off a house and
This sound was good as check spoke up.
what's wrong?
She caught me. I was trying not to cut you off, Q, but she was over there tearing that fool up. I was over there.
Yeah, I'm saying,
I
but
realized it like, damn.
yeah, but if the government owns the land that the house sits on, you don't really own the house because the government owns both. If you think about it, the house is in your name.
I've been said anything that you call yourself owning that you still paying on, you don't own. That's why you can never say that you own anything. Your house, your land, none of that stuff. You gotta keep paying taxes on it. Your car, you gotta pay taxes on the car with tags and all that stuff. Pay car tax. Anything you gotta keep paying these people for, you don't own. Because if I own something, I don't have to pay you nothing for something that I own. I shouldn't have to pay you nothing for something that I own.
Well, that would not be the American way.
If I spent my money on it, I owned it. Try come and get it.
You know what they say? The only thing you own is a shirt on your back, something like that.
Hell, they try to tax you for the air you breathe.
Air is not free. We pay for air every day.
Yeah. Air quality.
You gonna pay for air. If you got to pay for water, you gonna pay for air as well.
Why we gotta pay for the sewer?
If you're gonna pay for water, you got to pay for air as well. That's all I know.
I'm still trying to figure out why is it a sewer tax? Why are we paying for the sewer?
For them to get rid of waste.
Yeah.
It's still dirty. It stink outside. It's stink and it's dirty outside.
We need the money for it then because it still don't work.
Look, I was working like I think Saturday night I was over in East Atlanta, right? That's like a hippie commune over there, right? And I picked up this transgender woman, and she lived in a nice building. What her boyfriend, I don't know what he was, but I was picking them up. I didn't care what they was. They paid me. I picked them up and took them where they had to go to a club with them. And I asked them, I said, why does it stink over here? Why it smells so nasty over here? She said, in front there, when you were parked, off to the side, that's a manure farm. I said, so they put a nice building in front of a manure farm.
And they got to smell poop every day?
Yes, they have to smell poop every single day.
And that rent price sky high too.
Yes, it is. I asked her, and I said, I don't mean to pry. Like, how much you actually paid? She was like, it's too much. I said, I figured that. Because it's a nice area. But I'm like, why is there a manure farm in front? And I thought it was the zoo, right? Because, Atlanta Zoo is like not far away from where Grant Park is and all of that. That's the zoo area. And I was like, oh, that's the zoo.
I would think that's a house hazard as well. Because I don't even know what's going to meet.
Yeah.
Can you meet Jude? I would think that was a health hazard too, like being right there, something like that.
Look, I'm starting to get sick breathing that stuff. I had to close my window.
Rich, can you mute Jude? Rich.
Hello.
Keep going. Lord Jesus.
It's a thing you gotta do.
I can't do it.
Well, she got to figure it out pretty soon. Yeah, we can hear you, Jude. We can hear you, Jude.
And Q, I don't want you to mute. I'm trying to get Rich to mute. Jude.
But I was like, why does it stink over here? Because I was trying to figure it out. Like, I had to roll my windows up, right? Because I like riding with the windows down.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like running my air because, you should run the air because, you should think of the customer's comfort. I love my customers, but I'm the type, I like to blast my music to an appropriate level when they're in the car. And I like to have the windows open because it keeps me awake, especially late at night.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, my God, I got to roll up my windows because this smell was coming through the vents.
Yeah, that's the hell crazy. Because how are they opening their windows so you can't even get fresh air if you buy a whole manure farm and you don't know what's in there, what's getting out, what's leaking. I don't agree with that.
That's methane. That's methane.
Speaking of that, how do y'all feel about this outbreak of Ebola over in Africa? Have y'all
outbreak
of Ebola? So because they have over 300 cases of Ebola now. It's been like
I heard about that
all over like the international news and things like that. So I know that's always like been like an issue,
right?
But I've noticed a lot of these outbreaks are like starting over there, and I know Africa has been one of their targets because they won't get with the program. So in my mind, I'm like, what y'all doing to these people? You get what I'm saying? I'm thinking it's.
Well, you heard about Burkina Faso, right? What happened with Bill Gates and Burkina Faso, right?
No, enlighten me.
Okay. Ibrahim Traore kicked out Bill Gates in that program and told him.
I did. Okay, but for those who may not know, go ahead. So you just brought it back. Okay.
Yeah. Ibrahim Traore kicked out Bill Gates and the World Health Organization out of Burkina Faso because he said there would be no more testing going on there because that was one of their testing grounds for vaccines and God knows what. And I applaud Ibrahim Traore because number one, Bill Gates has always been about that whole population control thing. That's why I think this whole Ebola thing over in Africa, that's a population control mechanism. Right? Why hasn't Ebola landed here and then all of a sudden when it I don't know if it got cured, but you don't hear about it anymore here. You hear about it in Africa, but you don't hear about it here. Don't you find that suspicious?
It's always Africa.
Always Africa.
Yeah, it's always going to be Africa.
Experimenting over there and doing something, and it's always some type of outbreak that's something that's real bad. It's always something that's real bad, and then all of a sudden, I don't like how they do that. I'm not feeling that. I'm not feeling that at all.
But Ibrahim Traore kicked out Bill Gates. Thank God he did.
Yep.
And I applaud Ibrahim Traore for doing that.
I feel like they dropped something over there because you haven't heard about Ebola like that in a long time. Like a couple of years ago, there was like a few cases, but it was more so contained. It was like, sporadic. But for 300 to just all of a sudden it appeared, we got 300 people sick with Ebola and you got people dying all of a sudden now. Nah.
Right. Yep, exactly right. Exactly right. And
they always experimenting on them people over there in Africa.
I don't think it's experimenting no more. I think they are purposely killing people, like Q said, population control.
I wasn't here for that.
They realize it's all about them trying to gather all those resources for themselves. It's always been about gathering them resources, right? And that's the reason why Muammar Gaddafi was killed. Because what he was trying to do was put Africa on a gold standard where the World Bank wouldn't even be needed in Africa, which would have made Africa a global power because they have the metal to back currency. What's backing the United States currency as of now? Nothing, right? Those are promissory notes. Okay,
because don't nobody want American money.
And I tell people I tell people, and I keep reiterating, read that book, Behold a Pale Horse.
Yeah.
It talks about this. It
Yeah.
talks about how the money is nothing more than promissory notes.
Mm-hmm.
It's not backed by anything. But people look at me, oh yeah, you're a conspiracy theorist. You're all about the conspiracy. Okay.
No, but it's not even conspiracy if you really, because one, digital currency is what everybody's pushing for. And then even still, to anybody who like travels or want to I even tell people everybody want to travel, but nobody understands. Don't nobody want to. You can't go over in different places and just give American money like you used to do like before.
That's
Nobody
right.
nobody wants it. And everybody like you just don't. And I get the same thing. You're a conspiracy theorist or whatever. And I'm like, no, like I've experienced it, one, and then two. Even when they talk about it, when you follow like financial news and all of that stuff, and when they talk about the stock market, most it's all digital. When you think about it, most places are shutting down and not having people at the register because they going to more towards digital currency, credit cards, everything. Nobody wants paper. They really get ready to do away with all of that. And another thing is the gold thing. The gold exchanges get ready to be a thing for real. Like, and they get ready to come out with like those ATM machines, whereas though you can exchange your gold in the ATM and do different things like that. Like all of that stuff is like really coming and it's moving forward. And they got something else I saw from one of the credit unions where you can buy also silver. Is it silver? I gotta look at the email again. But yeah, whereas though you can purchase that and let it build. So it's a lot of things that's remember, and I think it's going back. Remember how I always talk about like medieval times and all of that stuff, like ancient Egypt. So remember how they used to chain coins, how they used to trade coins like gold, silver coins, and all of that stuff. That's how it's getting ready to be again
Mm-hmm.
because they hold value.
Mm-hmm.
And then if you don't have the digital currency, that's going to be the other move. But when people like want to travel and they like you want to take all this money in cash, they not taking it. You just going to be over there looking stupid because they don't want it. Because American money is not as valuable as what people think. Really, it ain't holding no weight because a lot of people ain't rocking with America anymore. And they like, oh no, do you have a card? They will straight tell you that.
Yeah, they trying to do away with the American dollar.
Yes, very much so.
And what
Yeah.
is they trying to do with the won something? Think I forgot. I looked into it and then I kind of got out of it. But they are moving towards a more digital thing. I've seen something about. I mean, the conspiracy theory is that they trying to have us all chipped, and
Yeah.
then you work on the chip. But that's like that movie. Y'all know me. I always go to a movie. Is it Limitless? With
It was a couple
Justin
movies where they
Justin Timberlake. No, I'm thinking
yeah,
about one in particular. In
yeah,
Time.
in
That's
time,
the movie.
in
Where
time,
you
yeah,
had where depending on how much money you
yeah,
had, was how much time you had, you know. And I
mm,
always think about that movie when they talk about like that chip stuff, because everybody always think about like a pill or something like that. But I think about like suppose like your status, your the amount of time that you had to survive on this earth would depend on, you know,
the
how much money you had or
yeah,
social media status you had, because everything is all about likes and follows too as well.
that part.
Um, um, I was saying I seen somebody was talking about again the council culture, like how the council culture can just like ruin, you know, like your life overnight. And how is it that it's not working with this administration though? Because they have tried to cancel the administration over and over again, but it has not and been able to be canceled. But I don't really have too much to say. I just wanted to say this though. Going to the gas station is really depressing. And I want to know why is gas so high if we stole oil? Well, not we, but y'all know who stole the oil. But if we got oil on reserve, what? Where is it?
Because we got all the oil, all the oil. Oil is in abundance.
And I know I'm probably jumping all over the place. These are things I meant to say like in the midst of, but I probably forgot to say it. I want them to stop using the new things that they trying to stop. What's the place, Iran, from having nukes as an excuse for trying to bully them into doing what they want them to do. We are suffering over here in this country, and people think when you talk about suffering, you always think about just money. But let me say that besides that, healthcare wise, going to the market, just buying just the simple things that you need, like water. Things are not healthy anymore. Like I mean, it's been like that for a while, because you're gonna have the people like, oh, it's been like that, but yeah, it's worse now. So imagine if it been like that in comparison to worse. And then we got illiterate people in the office. Oh, I think Paul, yeah. Like you got people in the office who are not should not be in the positions that they're in, like are not equipped or have the right credentials and things, license, experience, degrees, education to be in a position for the job that they're in, let alone knowledge. You feel me? They can't even Google the stuff to figure out some of the stuff, because they just that bullheaded with it, and they stuck in their ways about a lot of stuff, and it's just like to L demise. We're watching things happen yet again. Like I swear, like in my years of living, the things in history that I have seen, it's just like Jesus. This is by far the worst. It's by far the worst. This is by far. I only like, why does that happen in my adulthood? This is ridiculous. I'd be glad when we is done with him. Is this what y'all felt like when y'all was tired of the one of them Bushes? I remember when I was like a teenager, they was tired of a Bush. They was tired of that first Bush. They was absolutely tired of him. I mean, is this what that felt like? God.
No, I'm sorry. I was not laughing at you because you were having a real serious moment. Y'all got to stop doing stuff and making me laugh. Not hand radio. No, hand radio will say Paul got that track phone.
Cause he did.
He got that consumer cellular phone.
Hey, I ain't even gonna play with my man.
I'm not even looking. I'm not like sitting in the freezer for a
couple. We're gonna take up a donation to get him
Hey, I'd rather him have a consumer mobile than that Trump mobile.
Hey,
y'all see them trying to make them fake commercials talking about that they got their they've been showing like they've been making these videos saying if you're not a Trump supporter, then keep.
You breaking up.
They be have these videos. They be like, if you're not a Trump supporter, you don't donate to the campaign or whatever. Then keep scrolling because they want to show, and then they pretend like they showing you what they got, and the screen kind of get like a little foggy. Some of them saying they got the phone. Some of them saying they got the phone, and then some of them got this. It was like a little, I think it was like a little holder thing or something. Yeah, he's sending them out like little trinket thank you gifts.
What? Don't nobody want that. It probably don't work like he don't work. Right, though.
That's what he's doing with the money that he stole. You feel me? You feel me though? I'm telling you, because
all he can do is stealing. He robbing America blind.
Right, because look at he's sick of because he is sick of it. Because he is sick of it.
Even my dog is sick of it. He's like, Dad, why is the price of dog food so high? I'm like, you didn't go to the store to go buy the dog food.
You gotta be careful too, because it's starting to be a lot. Well, see, with a lot of cuts on stuff, right? Let me tell you something. One thing I'm a pet lover. They experiment on our pets so bad. Excuse me, I belched if y'all can hear that. Excuse me. But
they clone them.
Yeah, that makes me mad.
And they start to put things. They start cutting back. Imagine what they doing to the pets. First of all, they start giving us food at the grade level that they feed the dogs. They start giving the dogs food worse than that.
Yeah.
You feel me?
They
And when you start seeing your dogs start turning their nose and stuff, you know, y'all don't. Some of y'all don't know how to treat animals, but your animals be your warning signs to a lot of things that's going on with them food. A dog will almost eat anything. When you pay attention to your dog starting to turn their nose to the foods that you offer them, it ain't right.
Yeah.
Even some of their food, because they is at a higher demand. We ain't got it. If we ain't getting stuff in, what you think? And this was all the plan all along. Y'all thought in his first term when he was talking about giving people all that pre-made food in them boxes, it was a joke. He was telling y'all what he was going to do, and then now they doing it behind our backs. The markets ain't never been so empty. All this greatness, and the markets are empty. So if y'all saying that it's great, is it only in certain areas that the markets is like this? Because just let us know, because we're suit up and boot up, and we'll come to the market in your neighborhood. Y'all don't know us. We travel to go to the market. We always looking for a deal.
Yeah, you see they had an article. McDonald's, one of them fast food restaurants supposed to have mixed with human meat.
They been said they found human meat, horse meat, all types of stuff. And speaking of McDonald's, they don't even take your order. I ain't been to McDonald's in a long time. I went in there for the first time in a long time, and they don't even have people at the register no more.
They have all it's all AI stuff. So
yeah, they only have people.
And I don't eat McDonald's, right? My aunt,
I don't know what's going on. So who eating the food? I mean, who making the food? What is
it's the robots that's making the food.
Yeah, it's people. No, it's not robots. It's people back there. But I'm also learning.
They just pushing buttons. They just pushing buttons. All they do is pushing buttons.
There. Yeah, it's people back there. Yeah, they ain't like on no stove or nothing. They still dropping fries.
They just pushing buttons.
Never had no stove in there.
Y'all got a robot making a Big Mac, huh?
Yep.
From over there in China or somewhere, because they've been doing that for like over a decade. So they already was doing that. They got vending machines, everything all over the place.
Look, I told people a long time ago about McDonald's, right? Because I saw the experiment that they did with McDonald's. Like they put the Big Mac under glass, and a normal hamburger will rot within a number of days.
And that motherfucker ain't do nothing.
They didn't do a damn
I saw that same experiment.
that thing 2 years later, yeah, the bun is hard, but the burger is still looking like the burger.
Is Burger King the same? Because they supposed to be
probably they use a lot of soy. They use a lot of soy.
I don't even don't get none of them no more.
Let me tell you something. I knew McDonald's. First of all, the only burgers that was real burgers was Wendy's back in the day. I can vouch for that because them patties they was like the burgers that you got. Like they wasn't even, they was square and they was like real meat. Like that, you had to peel them suckers off like the ones you got from the market. But I worked at Burger King, and those things, man, they was like the burgers. You know the Fisher Price burgers that you get when you a kid and your mom buy you the kitchen set. And then you put it through the thing, and then it be like bing, and then it's done. That's what Burger King burgers do. I ain't never worked at McDonald's though, but I did watch Good Burger, and Good Burger always made me realize that McDonald's. You know, couldn't have been. McDonald's was definitely like it was like the big burger. You know, I swear, I just knew. I never liked McDonald's burger. It always tastes better. So I knew.
You know, if you let that burger.
But she was so curious talking about. Like, did you see her face? And she like looked up, and I'm like,
I'm telling you, friend, it ain't make you think like that is what?
No. If you let that burger go cold, and then reheat it, right? You can taste the metal in that burger. You can actually taste the metal. It tastes like metal.
Yeah, because see, the story of McDonald's didn't make no sense. Why was this clown and the Hamburglar and them making what was the story behind it? You feel I can see Burger King. He was a Burger King, you know, he was the king of burgers. You feel me? Wendy's, you know, like she was the daughter of the man white burger. But I understand
So
Ronald
clowns
McDonald
are
thing.
clowns because clowns are fools and they fooled everybody into eating people meat.
Yeah, because clowns are spawns to the devil. Supposedly spawns to the
You know,
devil.
clowns
The
always
clown will tell you that you're floating down
Oh,
here.
I'm gonna
and
look into it
they
because I ain't
real
really.
confusing because of the
You
circus.
can look that up. You can look that up, and you can look, and it'll tell you this. Clowns are spawns of the devil.
That's why
Right?
they
They,
were so
that's why real little kids scared of clowns.
There
Oh,
you
I
go.
cracked the code
That
to why
part.
McDonald's ice cream machine don't never work,
Yeah,
right? Because
McDonald's back in the day, as a kid growing up, it wasn't when me growing up.
what
Wasn't
is
no
called
damn
Paul?
McDonald's. Wasn't
What is
no Ronald
called?
McDonald.
What was it?
It was just McDonald's back in the day. The Golden Arches. As a kid, I'm talking about back in the '60s up to the early '70s. Then here come Ronald McDonald and all them.
McDonald's.
Yeah. So now I've been stopped eating that food and Burger King. I don't eat none of that stuff no more. It's all just garbage. I don't hate on nobody working there because I know y'all gotta get paid, and people still
Yeah.
like to get there and eat that stuff. So I mean, if they want to eat it, give it to them. I mean, that's what they want. You give the people what they want when they want it, and they want it all the time. So give it to them.
Oh yeah, Paul, we gotta apologize because first of all, the McDonald, 'cause I like the way they say McDonald. Because
They put the whole MACK. Not
my sister said it like that. She like McDonald's. I'm like, who? What?
Yeah.
McDonald's.
No, listen, them McDonald's employees. First of all, I don't care if you got the McDonald's in the hood or in the suburbs. Them the toughest employees ever. You don't go in there messing no McDonald's employees. They will
Thank you.
place ever that you know. It don't matter. That is a place that race. It don't matter. It do not matter. It could be an all-white McDonald, or all-black McDonald, or all Hispanic McDonald. You will get your butt whipped in McDonald's messing with the employees in McDonald's. So I agree with you. That's probably why they don't have them working at the front no more. They got them all working in the back.
It was a Billy bad butt down here that smacked the McDonald's manager. He was kind of like a Down syndrome. He had Down syndrome kind of like, but he's a little manager and stuff. And the
I
dude
saw
slapped
that.
him. Yeah, and the dude slapped him. And I don't know why he got back to behind that counter and stuff, but once he got back to behind that counter, the other employees got on him like some bees on a pile of honey.
Boy,
And they went to work on him.
Wait, hold on, wait. Repeat what you just said. No, I'm over here crying.
Yeah.
Down syndrome because I was like, I'm not going to laugh at this story. I'm not going to laugh.
No, it
No,
happened.
it's not about the Down syndrome guy. It's about the
It's
guy
about the guy that slapped him.
I say that, yeah.
Yeah, the guy slapped him, and then he gonna come back to behind the counter trying to get at him and stuff. And the employees better say, "Oh no!" Once you got back to behind that counter, they got on his butt like a hive of bees on a pile of sweet honey.
The one guy had the chill was like,
yeah. I know he broke his ankle. He had to break his ankle because he was whap, and the other guy had him in the chokehold. I said, well, they gonna kill the man. That's what he got back there though. But they got him, took him to jail. But yeah, that was McDonald's on Patton Avenue.
They said in the comments, they said, "Is that the same McDonald's? The girl stabbed the guy who did something else."
This reminds me of that. Remember that Dave Chappelle skit? Whack Arnold's.
You went mute.
I did.
Yeah. That's part of what you said. That's what I was saying. Yeah, Mike was going in and out.
Dang. All right. What I was saying, I forgot.
Remember?
Oh no, what I said was in the comments they were saying that was the same McDonald's that the lady that another employee had poked another customer for jumping a fight or something, and Paul was like, "Yep, with the same McDonald's." There was another incident that had just happened at that McDonald's. The same McDonald's, and stay out of there.
And a while before that, one girl tried to run up in on an employee up in there and got beat up in that McDonald's and got beat up in there on camera. I'm saying, yeah. So you don't mess with the McDonald's people. Believe me, McDonald's. That's what they do. I can't say McDonald's because I be thinking about McDougal's from Coming to America.
You know what I think of? You know what I think of? I think of that Dave Chappelle skit, Whack Arnold's.
Oh.
I think of that Dave Chappelle skit, Whack Arnold's. You know, where you smell like French fry. You smell like fresh fried grease.
I ain't gonna lie. I used to love going to work when I was working in Fast. I don't know why. I don't much enjoy work as an adult, but as a teenager,
it was fun because you didn't take life so seriously. And back then, because I know my first job was at McDonald's, and it was it was me and my best friend. And we used to have fun at work, sliding across the grease, falling. We used to do stupid stuff. Like it was fun, especially when you work with like your friends and stuff like that. Y'all was making money, having fun at work. So it was cool. I think it was different because you was more carefree when you were like younger, especially at that age. But then when you get older, it's like,
yeah, especially if you work in one of the stores in the hood too. I was working at the Wendy's on York Road. If you're from Baltimore, you know which Wendy's that was, right by the gas station.
Oh,
it was lit. It had a sewer. It was a sewer problem in the neighborhood. It used to stink for years. They finally got it together though, and they stopped the business though at all. And it wasn't in the fact the food, but it was the sewer problem in the neighborhood. Sewage. We got some bad infrastructure here.
Yeah, it's bad everywhere. Everywhere it's failing infrastructure because they never want to put money into the infrastructure until it's too late. And then they want to catch up with what they should be getting ahead of. So then by the time what they catch up with, then the next thing you know, they got to replace that down the road instead of being ahead. So yeah, infrastructure is just a joke.
Hey, let me ask you, did they ever replace that bridge that got bumped off in Baltimore? The Key Bridge?
Nope. And speaking of bridge, we're gonna have to bridge this until Monday.
Yeah.
She was like,
because I had something to say about that because I just saw that on the news. They going to court. No, I was just sorry. Said they ready to go to court for that. But we can talk about that later on Monday. We can do more research on it and then
talk about Monday. Okay. Well, thank you guys for tuning in to Casual Convo. This was actually a pretty cool episode. We talked about a lot. We like to thank everybody for watching, listening in. Shout out to J-Bear Jackson, always getting on our nerves, one of our number one supporters. Daytrick Bracket, Lamont was in the building. I saw Fairlene. I saw some other people. Shout out to Doug Logan. If I forgot your name, I do apologize. Thank you to my panel people, the Jew, King Paul, Quentin, aka Semantic, the Iconoclast. I'm your host, Coco, and we will see you guys on Monday at 8 p.m. Good night.